Hi everyone, it's James from Support here. Today I am going to show you how to set up payment plans in onCourse. Firstly in the class, so that it's all set up for, it all happens automatically when students enroll into these classes that have payment plans set up on them. You can also set them up on the fly in the checkout, and also after you create the invoice in the invoice itself, and I'll show you how to do all three. But first let's start off here in the class. We'll scroll down to the budget and we'll open that up, and then we'll go to the income section here and we'll expand that, and then we'll find the student fee, and that's the enrollment fee. We'll click the pencil icon, this is the edit icon. We can see here that on enrollment, when somebody enrolls into this class, they'll pay $1,000. So what I actually want to do is I want to set it up so that when they enroll, they'll only pay $500. And then I want to add 2 additional payment plans so that they'll pay $250 increments. So we'll change this here on enrollment to $500. And then I'll click this plus button twice, and we've got 2 payment plans added. So what I'll do is I'll set these both at $250 each, and we can see that the total has reached $1,000. But we also want to set a day that these are paid. So let's say we want to be generous, and we see this class starts on the 16th of September 2020. So if I want them to pay this $250 increment by the day that this class starts, then we'll just leave it at this. We'll leave it at 0. And then this one here, I'm going to give them 2 weeks to pay that remaining $250 amount. So I'll put here 14 days. And you can see here that date changes. So this payment will be due on the 30th of September. So what this tells me here is that on enrollment, the student will pay $500. And then by the start of the class, they need to have paid, they'll owe a further $250. And then a further 14 days after the start of the class, they will owe the final $250. And that's done. So we'll hit save. And that's that. That's how you set up a payment plan in the class. So you can also do it in the checkout. Now, I don't know how often you have people getting all of this way into enrolling and then saying that they can't pay, but there may be circumstances where this is the case. And we have here, we've gone through the checkout process. This person's enrolling in the class for $150, and then they say, oh no, I've only got $50 on me. You know what? That's okay. What we can do is we can change this so that you'll pay $50 now. But I want you, by this date comes up automatically a week from the current day. I want you to have paid off this remaining $100 by, let's say, the 15th of July. So we'll click that. And that's all you need to do. We'll accept Henry Thompson's cash. And that's done. And then you can also do it in the invoice. We see here that we have an invoice to somebody named Annabelle. It's a $500 invoice we can see here. And the owing is also $500. You can see here this invoice was created on the 26th. But we want to, let's say we know this person's come into some financial hardship. So we want to extend the due date and add in a couple of payment plans. So we can extend the due date up here. We'll click the due date. Let's say we want to give them a couple of months. We'll give them until 31st of August. And then what we can do down here is we can split this up many ways we want. So let's make this first payment due early July. and we'll make that 150, and then we'll add another one. You can see here it sort of tells you how you're going. So payment plans need to add up to the invoice total. So we've got $150, we've got 350 to go. So we'll add another payment plan, and we can see that this new one, we want that to be due. Well, we made the last one when the 8th of July, so we'll make this one the 22nd of July. We'll hit OK, and then we'll put in the price. And then we want to add one more, so we'll make that 200. So make it 200, and then we'll make that due by the 31st of August, which is you can actually see up the top here that changes the due date as well, so you don't need to set that, but the latest payment will set the due date. And there we have our payment plan. So we can see the original invoice up here, $500, and then the first payment due will be this resource itself. So the first payment due will be the 8th of July, and then you'll get a second payment due, which will be $150, and then we'll have the third payment due, $200, and we'll hit save. And that is done. And that is how you add payment plans.